Clearly, there are going to be segments of the economy that are going to be affected by Brexit. Financial services sector is likely to be one. We'll see how that plays out. For us, though, it's business as usual. We're expanding. Actually, we're probably an interesting exporter of services. So we've just invested quite heavily in the US market. We're building a global business here from capability that we've got, expertise that we've got in London. The London economy is still doing pretty well. It's the biggest market for our services, and actually it's quite an affluent economy as well.
The other kind of thing that I think a lot of people are focused on when it comes to the EU is regulation. Are there any regulations that actually the European Union imposed that we might be free of now that could make life easier for a business like yours?
I don't think in particular for us. I mean, the main thing around regulation for us is our recruitment management of our driver base. And actually there's quite a lot of new regulation at the moment. We're very supportive of raising standards in London. So Sadiq Khan's introduced a new English language test for drivers, and we're very supportive of that. So actually using regulation, working with the regulator to continue to improve quality in our industry is one of our main objectives.
And there's a lot of kind of talk about self-employment, kind of being part-time employed, the gig economy, and indeed there was a case involving another company just last week or the week before where a self-employed person managed to challenge the rights that he was given. Do you think that might be a threat for your business model?
Well, it's really interesting for us. So we do have some fully employed, mainly in our executive chauffeur business. So about 1,000 executive chauffeurs, around 250 of those are employed. Actually, most of our drivers value flexibility in what they do. So most of them are actually self-employed. Now, to attract, retain, have the quality of service we need, they need to be well trained. They need to be well paid to retain them. So that sort of extreme gig economy angle doesn't really apply to us because of the service we're trying to deliver to customers.
But nonetheless, might it be the case that you might have to give them more rights in the future for self-employed workers?
We'll see how the legislation develops, obviously, over time. I think for us, lots of things that we do now are not inconsistent with where the future might look from a legislative perspective, to be honest with you.
Everyone's talking about electric cars, aren't they, and saying that's going to be the future. I mean, do we have a setup here in the UK, here in London, that will actually enable it?
Well, I think not really at the moment, and I think it's something that we need central government to intervene on. So currently, TfL are doing trials, setting up 300 charging points in London. It's good that they're doing a trial. We think we need about 5,000 of those. So we need government funding for that. Now,
I am going to do a little test here and try and work out whether I can get a car quicker with you guys or with Uber, and then I want you just to your reaction to that. So right. I'm on the Addison app, and what's that? 5 minutes for a pickup.
5 minutes.
Not bad at all.
For the best service in London.
Okay, all right, yeah, but let's just see. Yeah. Let's see what it would be with Uber. Okay, I'm going to try and work this out on the Uber app and to go to work. See, they say 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah. So why would I take yours rather than Uber if I can get there quicker?
Well, if 3 minutes is that important to you, then you should definitely do that. But by the time you've walked outside, found your car, and got in it, I seriously doubt you can do that in 2 minutes in any event. So I think we've got a pretty good on-demand service there. Also, 60% of our work is booked in advance. So if you want to go to the airport at 5:30 tomorrow morning for an important interview in Frankfurt, you're going to use Addison Lee.